It's always nice to be back in Keswick town centre. I'm finding that more and more and more on this journey, there's little pockets or little parts of the country that when I go back to them, I kind of feel like a little bit grounded, a little bit at home, because I know the area so well, I know where everything is, and you kind of get a feel for the atmosphere and the locals and stuff like that. And it's a lovely way to come back and just kind of reset, and now we're going to go and have a meal or something to eat in Wetherspoons. This is also why I like Keswick. So go in there, have something to eat, and then think about where I'm going to sleep tonight and think about where I want to take this journey next. So yeah, stick around, it's interesting, but it's great to be back, and it's not raining as well, which is so awesome. So another wild camp done last night in Keswick. I went to the same spot that I went to before, which was by the river and just outside Keswick town. Wasn't a bad little night's sleep. There's a nice little bit of shelter underneath the trees there. I mean, they block out a little bit of wind and stuff like that. But now I just remembered that on my 50th birthday, Costa Coffee sent me a birthday coffee and a cake. So I'm going to go and have that. It opens in an hour and a half, so until then I'm going to kind of find a little bit of shelter and finish off packing my Bergen. So I've not waterproofed it properly yet. But these are all the little things that you kind of, on this life, that I'm learning, are just kind of what I have to do every morning now, is kind of have to attend to those chores, if you like, and then I can start my day. And it generally takes, it's quite surprising, because you think it sort of takes only 10-15 minutes to drop the tent. To drop the actual tent might take 10 minutes, maybe not even that, but it's all the packing beforehand inside and trying to work out the strategy of how you're going to pack your stuff away, getting it minimally, I think that's a word, as wet as possible. If it's like today, it's that drizzly type rain, the one that you kind of feel like it's not raining, but before you know it, you're soaked wet through. I don't know if you can see them because of the clouds, but you see in the background, there's all the little mountains, the mountains. And that's what I do it for, guys. I love seeing those in the morning, makes me so happy. You know, that's what I do all the struggle for. And hopefully one day, you know, a bit more money comes in and whatever else, and I'll be able to get myself a little camper van, and then we can move around like that, and life will become easier. And that's why I'm loving sharing this with you lot, because you can literally watch the kind of rise of that, if you like. Hopefully we watch the rise of that. But either way, it's all good fun. I'm having the time of my life, and maybe sometimes I don't know I'm having the time of my life, but I know I'm having the time of my life. 20 years from now, I'll look back and think, that was awesome. Anyway, love you all, guys. Let's go and have this coffee. So unfortunately, my gift from Costa Coffee had expired 2 days ago. So never mind, I got myself a Greg's coffee, and I'm now standing in the town centre of Keswick. I do love this place. It's a little bit wet, a little bit drizzly out. I'll show you around Keswick in a little while. I'll take some footage this time while I'm here. But I'm just waiting for Wetherspoons to open, and I'm going to go in there and get myself another coffee and have a little bit of breakfast, and then really contemplate what I want to do. I don't generally, if I'm honest, I don't generally think about what I want to do too much, but I'm going to try today. I'm going to try and actually use some thinking matter and see if I can come up with an idea of something, somewhere to go. See the distance. This is what I love about being out in these tents. That, I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but it's very dark there. Well, that's a mountain, and the top of it is covered by cloud. But from here, when you're here and you're looking at it, it's absolutely beautiful to look at. It's stunning. But anyway, what are we on? 20 to 8, so I've got 20 minutes to wait until Wetherspoons opens. So we have a little bit of a weather break here going on in Keswick Park. You can see little bits of blue sky up there and stuff like that, and the heat's coming out. So I took the opportunity whilst we weren't raining to get my tent out and my sleeping bag out, dry it off from last night. The tent was wet from last night, the sleeping bag was just a bit damp. But this is part of the thing that I have to do on a daily basis. Like, this is part of the chores, but I kind of look at this like, well, this is my laundry. No, this is what I have to do for my laundry. And actually, my tent, when I stayed at Barbara's at Gosforth Inn Hotel in Gosforth last week, she let me wash this in the industrial washer, and it was really nice to see that come back to its full colour. So thank you, Barbara. But yeah, so anyway, that's me doing my laundry today, and I love doing stuff like this. Sometimes it can be a bit of a chore, but most of the time I really enjoy it, because I'll be smirking to myself as I'm doing it, because I'll be remembering what I used to do when I used to wash my work clothes or wash my tools or wash my van and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is just, I've just exchanged it, except this time I'm not in any rush and I have nowhere to be. And it's beautiful, and I'm standing here contemplating on where to go next. So yeah, we'll see where life takes us this afternoon. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. Oh, and that bright yellow thing that you see there is my new rain cover. So we're going to see later on if that works properly or not. Don't you poo in my burden. I've been having a battle. With this, I don't know what it is, magpie or crow or whatever it is, but every time I leave my backpack alone, it wants to get up there and have a little look. So I don't know what it's attracted to, but it's I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. Funny little thing. So that's my kit, all beautifully dried out. It's such a nice feeling psychologically when it gets dried out. But look at this cover, my new rain cover. Look how bright that is. If you see that bobbing up and down anywhere on the motorways or in the country lanes or whatever, be sure to give me a bib up, or even pull over and give me a lift somewhere. But at the same time, as I was waiting for my stuff to dry and been packing it away, I've kind of decided that I'm actually going to head down to Cornwall. Cornwall's a beautiful part of the world, on the southwest coastline of England. It's completely the other end of the country from where I am. I think it'll be a wonderful journey to get down there via hike, hitchhike, bus, whatever I'm going to do. No doubt there'll be some little adventures en route, and I'll be wild camping out and stuff, so I'll share those with you. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'll see you en route. So these are the times when things can sometimes be a little bit hardcore on this journey. I'm finding myself walking along this kind of fairly busy road, but it's late at night. It's about 1:45, and I'm between two town centres, but I kind of can't find anywhere to sleep. You can't see it on the camera, but there's just like hedgerow, and all I'm doing is just walking along this dark roadside with no idea what's coming up. I know there's a town in front of me that's coming up, Preston Town. I have no idea what Preston Town is like, in terms of the, is it a nice area or friendly area, or is it a rough area, or, I have no concept, no idea of that. So it's one of those times where it's kind of like, it's a little bit exciting if I'm honest, but it's one of those things that you kind of think, I should have planned this stage a little bit better. But you didn't. You live and you learn. So forgive the lighting in this one, guys. It's just going to be a quick little vlog for you. There's my backpack there. Just taking a break. I've hiked, I think I've been hiking for about 6-7 hours now. Along this road, trying to find somewhere to sleep, and I just cannot see anywhere. I'm really tired. My feet are absolutely burning. The bottom of them have gone, well, I had quite bad blisters on them anyway, from a little while ago, and they've not kind of healed up, and now they've just kind of respread themselves on the bottom of my feet. But these are those moments, is why I recorded it. I actually, if I'm honest with you, as I always will be, guys, you think you know that by now, I don't really want to be recording. I can't be bothered. But it's kind of part of the journey that I said I would share with you. But still, even like right now, I'm wet. It's a little bit cold, although I'm hot from the layers that I'm wearing to keep the rain off me. Everything is aching, because also you have to remember I didn't just hike today and whatever. I've hiked for the last coming up to 90 days now. So I'm very tired. Like today I'm very tired, but still, even in these moments like this, there's still this underlying feeling in me that this is part of it, and I'm kind of almost grateful for it, because as I've said before, I wouldn't wantonly put myself in these positions, but seeing as I'm in these positions, I'll make the most of feeling what they have to make me feel, you know, and see how we kind of, I was going to say the word grow, but that's not really the right word, or I don't think it is for me anyway. It's kind of, but just to experience that. I like to experience all the feelings of life, what it throws up, the good and the bad. I just wanted to share that little bit with you. Like I say, there's my backpack with my bright yellow thing on the back. So if any of you are driving past, stop and give me a lift. I've got about a 3-hour hike into the nearest town, which is Preston. Now, I have no idea what Preston's like, and also the chances of me finding somewhere to sleep in a town, are quite remote. So it looks like I'll be hiking right through the night. The good thing is I don't have any rush. I don't have to actually be anywhere. So tomorrow, hopefully at some point when the sun comes up, or when the light comes up, I should say. It's very hopeful saying when the sun comes up. Sorry guys, I am very tired, so I'm probably waffling a little bit here. But when the light comes up tomorrow, I will try, if I can, to maybe find somewhere that I can stop, set the tent up, crash out for a couple of hours, or I just keep going anyway and see how I feel tomorrow. That's always the wonderful side of this. Anyway, I hope that made sense to you. Forgive me if I sound a little bit tired. I am very tired, so yeah, this is going to be, well, it's just been a very long day, wet and hot. You know them sticky days when underneath all your clothing is hot. Like I've got a waterproof jacket on and a top and then a t-shirt, so it's kind of a little bit hot under there. So anyway, I thought I'd share that. So night, I'll keep you posted anyway. So several hours later, and I did manage to find somewhere to set my tent up, which was just as well because the rain started to come down very heavy. And this is a clip of me in the morning waiting for the rain to stop before I pack my gear away and make the 6-mile trek into Preston. At Preston, I grabbed myself a coffee, was greeted with some beautiful sunshine and took a stroll around the town. I then had a lovely phone call from my big sister Melanie, who told me that she had bought me a train ticket that would go from Preston right the way down to Penzance. After 90 days on the road, this was such a welcome break for me, guys. So I found myself a park, dried my kit out, and the next clips you see me in are after getting off the train and arriving in Bristol. So here we are down in Bristol. Got one more leg to go to get to Exeter, which should take about an hour and a half. I'll arrive at about 1:15 in the morning, which will then be 48 hours without any sleep. But you know what? I'm kind of loving it because it's makes a nice change to get on the train rather than hiking everywhere, getting soaking wet and whatnot. The only concern I got is that once I get to Exeter St David's is where I'm going to sleep, and finding somewhere in a town that late at night is it's kind of exciting, but it's also daunting. So we'll see what happens anyway. So arrived at Exeter. It's 1:45, so arrived on the time it said we was going to arrive, but now I've got to try and find somewhere to sleep in this very strange, unfamiliar town. But quite a pretty station. Not much else to report on that one really, so let's see if we can find somewhere to sleep anyway. So one of the good parts of the life that I've decided to live whilst I try and create a new life is I get to walk down things like that which you can't even see. So yeah, just going to walk down this canal. Let me spin you around. So that's the station where I come out of, and there's a canal there, and I'm just going to walk down here. It seems quiet and whatever else, so we'll see if a little spot makes itself available for me to quickly throw a tent up and find a home for the night. And then in the morning I look forward to visiting Penzance and seeing what's going on there. So here was the spot I slept in last night. It's just by this little track here. In fact, let me come out the trees now. I don't care if someone sees me now. So here we go. So there was the little roadside, and then I was just under this little lot of trees here. And that's the other end of the road. But I'll give you another shot from over that side. So I'm just going to pack my tent away, wake up a little bit, and then yeah, and then I'll do another little clip. And that's that. Another night wild camping, this time down the southwest coast in Exeter, or near the southwest coast. No trace, obviously, that I've even been there again. And I'll walk out with you so you can kind of see where last night's little bed was. It will sort of become a bit more clearer as I go further and further out. In fact, let me spin you round. And that's where I was, just under there. So, very cold last night as well, but I was very, very grateful that there was no rain. It makes life so much easier packing away and stuff like that when you're trying to put it away into your stuff sacks and Bergen and whatever else. It's just, you know, you can imagine it's quite grim if you wake up and everything's wet. But yeah, it's quite a comfortable little spot. I felt fairly safe there because from the roadsides up here, you can't really see underneath the trees. I mean, you can if you're looking for it, but what I always try and do is put myself in someone else's position. You know, if they're walking home at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, whatever it is, you don't sort of walk around looking for tents in trees, so therefore your mind's not looking for that, it doesn't see it. But obviously I'm only there, so if someone did turn around and have a look and I've got a light on, you would definitely see it. So that's why I try and keep the noise down, keep the lights off and stuff like that in these rural, where am I? Urban areas. Anyway, I'm going. Let's have a coffee and good morning, guys. So that little bridge you just saw me walking across, on the other side of it is the train station, and that's actually my platform where I'm getting the train from to get down to Plymouth, and then from Plymouth down to Penzance. So I was quite lucky last night. I was really pleased I found something within 20 minutes of getting off the train, because it could have been like it has been other nights where I'm walking around for hours trying to find somewhere that you feel safe. So anyway, let's get this coffee and let's get a train, and I'll talk to you in a bit.
Great Western Railway service to Penzance.
Got your money's worth. That's where we had the cup of tea down. What, you and
I absolutely love the anticipation of turning up somewhere and you have no idea what to expect. It's just wonderful. So I'll spin you around, let the doors open up, and let's see what happens. I've always loved that feeling of like anticipation of what's to come, the adventure, the excitement of what's going to happen. And this is the life that I've kind of created for myself. It's like every day I almost get that. I almost get that every day, I should say. You know, every day is just this new experience, new people are met, new conversations to have, new things are seen, and I grow myself. You know, it's just it's a wonderful process of when we let go of those constructed beliefs that keep us confined. The world just opens up. What a fantastic start to my first full day in Penzance. It is a beautiful little island here. I don't know anything about this, guys. I've just seen it, so I can't tell you anything, unfortunately. But maybe as the video goes on, I'll learn bits and let you know. But look at this, beautiful blue skies. The sea seems really calm, and I'm going to walk all the way down there and follow it all the way around to Penzance, going to the centre of Penzance, where the buildings are there, and I think where the end of the island is that you can see there is around about Penzance. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today, but how beautiful is that? So all of that, what you're seeing there is the beautiful bay of St Ives. It really is quite gorgeous standing here, looking at all the rock formations and the paths that humans cut out for themselves in the side of the hills and that, so we can get around. I find that type of thing really fascinating. And over this side, out there somewhere, I've lost my bearings. Here we go. That there is HMS Prince of Wales, something like that. As always, guys, I never know. But it's really weird looking at that. I had a weird sensation looking at that. That I'm a bit like, it's the two sides of the wonderment of human beings. The one side being that we're capable of being able to build something like that, and then the other side being that we have to build something like that. You know, it's a strange one. With all our intelligence and all our might and all our wonderment, we have to build something that can kill each other. But they're just my thoughts for the day. But nice little shot of that. Beautiful. Oh, I'm nearly falling off the rock here. Right, here's where I'm standing, so it's not like I'm on a dangerous edge, guys. Right, I'll see you in a bit. And just like that, my time in Penzance I felt had come to an end. I wanted to explore more of the southwest coast. I decided I was going to hitchhike, hike or bus along the south coast heading northbound. I stumbled across this place after 2 nights of wild camping. This is called Bude. It's a beautiful little town. I decided I was going to stay here, and I left a post on Facebook asking if anyone had any work. This post went viral. I was offered work all over Cornwall, guys, and I stayed here for the following 3 weeks. And I hope you can join me in the next video, where I'll be filling you in with the 2 nights of wild camping and what I got up to in Bude.